Morning, welcome to the top of the world. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a nice evening. Okay, so I thought I'd better just show this because you'd have thought it'd been obvious, but it might not be obvious. So I built this building because this is the size that I think I need. This is the width that I think it should be according to the tin roof that I've got available. Right, so how did I come up with the width of the building? Length of tin roof. That's how I come up with the width of the building. Right, so you can see on the floor down there, I've already cut 2 of the cants down. Right, I'm cutting them into 150 by whatever, or 6" by whatever, because the sawmill is 12 inches, 300 high off the floor. So I need a few of those. But why I've got the tractor here is I wanted to know where my reach was, right, my maximum reach. Because there's no point in placing the sawmill if you can't put the smallest piece of timber, for example, using the forklift, right at the very back, right? So, what I've done is I've made the assumption the ground is going to be higher here, because it is. I don't want to step here, this step down here, right? That's all going to have to be raised to the same level as the yard. So that's as far as I can get the tractor in. And then that's as far as it reaches. Okay, you can see the end of the forks there. So that's got to be the position of the backstops on the sawmill. And then I've got to make sure I've got enough walkway at the front, and I have. So by the time this has got its inner skin on, that's going to be exactly the right room for my collection bucket to ride up the wall without touching the wall, and enough room to get down there and sweep all that out. Okay, so I've done that. So now we're off to the sawmill, and we'll cut up a few more cants. It doesn't matter what the width is, as long as they're 6 inches high, so I end up at a foot. And then that's how high that is off the floor there. And then of course I've got the adjustments on, and there's a reason for having it that high for me. Would I like it higher? If I would like it higher, now's a good time to do it. And that's because you're always looking at what's going on, right? And you don't want to bend too far. In addition to that, you don't want to be reaching too far down to roll over the logs. It's much better if you lift it up and work nearer a more comfortable height. Not just for people with bad backs, but for younger men, to save you getting a bad back. If I could say to every young man now, stop doing that, because it'll cripple you, I wouldn't, because you wouldn't get nothing done. Then they'd sit there and just don't, Simon, don't. So, working men, you're going to get bad backs. Right, you can reduce the risk of a bad back by helping to lift more correctly, and there's times where you... Anyway, get on with it. Do it yourselves. We're going to cut up some more of these, and then we're going to start positioning where they're going to go and build the frame for the sawmill. When I said that the day that we were going to spray was the only day that was suitable for spraying because of the wind, I didn't say that because I had nothing else to say. Some of you asked where Casper was in the video when I was working on this before. Well, the tractor stopped and the chainsaw's off and I've got coffee. Now you watch what happens. Hello, son. How are you doing? You been in the shade? So he's always watching. He's always watching. And he's never more than 20 feet away in the shadows, watching. So where's this come from then, Simon? The railway bridge renovation. So I got asked a couple of questions, which I really enjoyed. Did the plastic come from the railway? Yeah. Did all the wood come from the railway renovations? Yeah, on the floor obviously. This they used on the scaffold. The other side is dirty, but this side's brand new. And for some reason, it's cut from 4-foot boards to almost exactly the right width I need. Now I'm going to run a saw down there and straighten that up, but, you know, give me strength. Amazing. I'll screw that down there now, trim that all up. Now I've got a whole stack of it there. Some of it's cut in, like they've cut a full 4-foot board into foot widths, and some of it's 2-foot widths, and this isn't 30 inches. Why? I don't know. But anyway, so we've got a new straight edge down that side, and then we'll just string a blue line, cut that side off, and that's our sawmill frame ready to go. And there we have it. You can see how far it comes into the building, into this end anyway, deliberately so. So I've left enough room at the end here to be able to walk by, and then it goes right into there, and the length is determined by its complete current length plus an extra 2 meters, 6 feet, because the sections from Woodland Mills are 6 feet or 2 meters. So there's enough room for its home station and all the sections I've got, and then I can either make the extra or one day purchase the extra, which will come with all the dogs, which will give me, I've got 29 feet of base there. So on that basis, we're actually ready to move the sawmill. Yeah, we're going to move it today? No. We're not going to move it today. I've got a killer chicken to go and deal with. Well, I've dealt with a killer chicken. I've got to deal with the aftermath. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do that. Anyway, so I think we're ready to move this tomorrow. Getting the head off is the hardest part with that room I've got. I put it on there at a right old rare angle using the forklift. Once I get the head off, it's kind of easy. I'll break the sections apart. There's 3 sections there at the moment. One section's got the home base welded onto it. So yeah, 4 sections is an ideal amount for that shed. Anyway, like I say, I can weld on the extra 6 feet, but I'd much rather have the genuine article because of, you know, everything that comes with it. Right, that's it for today then. We didn't get as far as, it took longer, as everything does, than I thought it would. But there we go. Been nice to give that a bit of stain, but we're out of everything. It's just consumed everything I've got. So anyway, so what I'm going to do at the back, right? There's no white going on, right? There's no. So I'm going to board it all, right? With just closed boards, no battens, just closed boards. But that's it for today. And then tomorrow we'll move the sawmill. Not yet. Soon. Just got to move the sawmill. Right, that's the easy bit, getting them into place. Now we're going to see how badly it was set up before. See where the bubble is? Bad. You've got a little run going downhill there. So what we're going to do, that's the high side, we're going to lower that side a little bit and work our way along, and we're going to level, fix off and straighten those two sections. Then we'll straighten this to the rest of the base there. Once we've done that, we'll leave all this end loose, and then we'll go and get the head off and put the head on, and then get the final section that we've got in and level and straighten that. Alright, it's all screwed down, it's all fixed down, it's all leveled down, and it's all tightened up. And now, no matter where I put the levels, everything is level in every single direction. Now the home base, I want to talk about the home base. Why did I do that? Well, because otherwise the head sits here and you lose a metre of your run, and it didn't need to do that. So what I did there was I just used angle iron and I welded it and ground it down and made sure it was level. And now I've measured and machined two different blocks, because everything's slightly different, to make sure this is perfectly level. And when you do that, right, please bear in mind you have to shim this up, because all the rest have these stainless steel tops and this does not. So you need to get 4 washers or a small plate the same thickness as the stainless steel, and when you put your home base on, take this off and then shim it up to make sure it's the right level running all the way through. Right, that's the first 2 sections in and fixed off. Now we need to go and move the head. The most complicated bit of all, because it's weighted badly and it's easy to do it without the roof and do it from above because it's just got lifting eyes. But to get it from under that roof is going to be more complicated than getting under this roof, because this roof's slightly higher. Anyway, let's do that. And I can't remember exactly if I used anything to put it under or whether I just stropped it to the forks. But what I'm thinking is put a bar through those lifting eyes, and then I have to get the forks in here, which is quite difficult. You have to remove the vertical bars, otherwise you can't get under here, and lower the head right down. Let's see what I can find. I thought that was going to be a problem. So, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. Right. Can't even believe this is working. Was this meant to? Was this meant to work like this? What that is? I didn't need that scuff on covered. I've moved a lot of machines in my life, a lot, more than most, unless you're a machine mover. This is the smallest. Okay. Now, unless I'm very much mistaken, and I've been wrong before, but not often, this should roll right on here. I just made that look easy. Well, it weren't hard, really. The pallet idea was much better than lifting from above. Anyway, here we go. Let's get the next section. Well, that's the second sawmill that's been in that building. The first sawmill was a big old Swedish sawmill that used to occupy the entire building. And every time I used it, it wanted to kill me. There's something I'm going to show you all one day very soon, is that there, that I built that to run my old sawmill. That's what run the first sawmill. Right, so that's the last section in there. What we can do now is bolt this all up, level it through with the rest of it, screw it all down, and you can absolutely guarantee, in traditional fashion, just as I finish doing this, my Sarah's going to wander out, ask me if I need a hand. No, my Sarah's going to wander out, ask me what time I'm going fishing. Anyway, let's put this together. Levelled and fixed the bed down, tightened it all up, it's nice and straight, it's perfect. Now it's time to check and reset the head to the rail, and yeah, let's just check everything now. Did I tension that blade up? Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. So what I was checking there is behind here are roller bearings, and they should just be a paper's width away from the blade. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check the underside measurement of the blade to the top of each one of these, and the fact that the blade is level left to right. So we push it back onto its home base first, and for this I'm going to use a laser measurer, because it'll give me an accurate reading. $152. That's reading different now. That's reading 153. This one is reading 153. 153, 152. Let's see what the last one reads. The last two, should I say. $152, $153. Okay, well, I think we're close enough there. Alright. Now what we're to check the smooth running, and we're going to put the collection bucket on the side. I'm prepared to call that good. I'm prepared to call that good and installed. We just need the final section for the occasional big beam. But otherwise we have everything we had before and more, because now we've got wooden floors, flat floors, level floors. This is a lot more level and better installed than it's ever been. I think that's a success. Now I can use the sawmill in its position to cut the boards to finish the building. Of course, if we turn you round, this will make a lot more sense now. So there's a wall coming in here to separate this from that, and then here will be all the stuff associated with that, with the door here. And because we're only going to need the end of this occasionally, although what it does do is on the shorter logs it allows me to run 2 in line, which I've done before, but it also gives me a bit of undercover winter storage. Can I squeeze the lawnmower in there? Probably could. Alright, now what I've got to do is finish the inside, but before I finish the inside I can take the roof off the other building now and put the new roof on here. Do I run that up and test it? Kind of got a balance here. Fishing. I serviced the outboard motor this morning, that's ready to go on the boat. All the fishing tackle's in the back of the van. I've got to go and dig up some of my worms, and then are we going to catch anything? Who knows? It's a bit early, but we'll try. So I've put in a few screws and hung up my tools there. I've got some more tools over in the corner. But when we put this wall in here, and we're going to put a wall in here, we can just hang them all on the end there. Now, some of you are going to ask about the electrics, because I get these questions. Cool, let's answer Dave's question. Right. He was concerned about the snow runoff at the back of the building. Rightfully so, rightfully so. Because 8 months of the year, we're in winter here. Right, I know it's all green and nice and warm at the minute, but it won't be. I've said that. Right, the leaves are on the trees now. Right, it's looked like that for about a week. We're mid-June, by mid-October, everything will be dead and the snow will be on the ground again. Right, so, just to answer this question here. And you can see I've got a runoff back onto the shed. Not ideal. I've got plenty of room onto my boundary, plenty. Am I going to dig all that out with a machine? Maybe, maybe. Am I going to worry about it too much at the minute? No. I was thinking about doing this wall solid so the snow didn't come through. However, there's only so many things I can worry about at any one point. There wasn't an issue last year, right? So the middle part of this building was stood here last year and there was no issue and no build-up behind. But I did have plastic on the wall. So, yeah. Would I like to run a machine through there and take all that out so that I can get behind and clear it? Yeah, I would. Would I not like to do it if I could get away without doing it? Yeah, I would. So, we'll see. We'll let winter go and then we'll see what happens to that. Yeah. That's a good job, that is. None of this would have been possible if I hadn't gone and seen the man about the timber he was taken off of, or they were taken off the railroad bridge. Which goes to show you how big that bridge is. It's a big bridge. Goes over a vast amount of water. And we still have a lot. We have all that timber in there. I've already denailed all that. So we still have enough to do the extension and we have enough to do this building over here. I'm hoping I can get to this building over here because now I need a new tractor and trailer shed, right? Anyway. Next job is the roof. We'll take the roof off of this and put it onto there. Now we can only take off so much because this at this end is all boilerplate. It's not really going to be very suitable. However, I've seen the price of what's happened to the tin sheet roofing. Oh, it's madness, madness, madness. Right, good job. Now it's time. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, share, comment, all that good stuff. Bye for now.